Good bread starts with an active culture. To get that, boil your water. This eliminates any other cultures out there competing to cross-contaminate your bread culture. I have equal success with thin cultures or thick cultures. As long as they're really bubbly, it's active. In our house, we have fresh bread every morning, pizza twice a week. So I take the dough out of the refrigerator that I prepared for that week and roll it in sesame, flannel, rosemary, salt, of course, instead of flour. Pan frying is always a home run in our household. No need to wait. Just throw it in the oven or pan. However, if you're making pizza, let the dough warm up for 5 minutes. It's easier to stretch it out. Get creative. With fresh bread, everything turns out better. This is my big secret for great bread. In addition to the starter, we need sprouted dough paste. Start this process by soaking your whole grains. Here I have some rye, barley, spelt, and I think I have some oats in there. Soak them for a day and then place them in a colander where you can rinse them frequently every time you're at the sink for the next 2 days until they look like this. If you use a food processor, leave some texture. I prefer a grinder or a juicer like this. Gives me the perfect texture. Add this dough paste to equal parts flour dough using 00 pizza flour. My niece, Delan, has asked me to help her make some dough today. So did you get the starter?
Yes, I made it last night, right here, and then
Let's check it out.
I added fresh flour to it.
Okay, let's start. We got approximately 4 cups of flour. So let's add our starter. Leave some in the jar for the next time we start. You can put this back in the fridge.
Thank
And
you.
we're going to add 2 cups of water.
Okay.
Right, so there's 2 cups in there.
Okay.
So let's start with, leave a little bit at the bottom, but most of that water you can go ahead and pour it in.
Am I going to
No,
stir
don't stir
it?
it yet.
Okay.
Pour the water first and mix it with the starter. That's it. Just
Okay.
pretend like you're a mixer.
Okay.
Let me show you. We're just going to take this and just... If you have a KitchenAid, sure, use it. Why not? Okay, now it's pretty sticky. Now let's add some more, and now add another cup of flour from your flour bowl.
Okay.
Stir it in a little bit. Let's get the consistency right, because we want to be able to make pizza. And what else were we going to make? Some dinner rolls or something? Some breadsticks?
Yes.
Sounds. There you go.
Okay.
Just stir that in and dump the whole thing out on the countertop.
Oh, just dump it out?
Yep, like this. Let me show you. And I use the same, this is a wood stirring stick I use. I let it dry, and I just keep using it. Feel the wetness? Yeah, that feels right. Now, mix the flour into it, and you're gonna get it to feel, it's gonna start to get really sticky. And that tells you pretty much where you're gonna be with it. How's it feel?
Definitely less wet. I feel like it's drying out.
The rules is you add flour to your hands to get it less hydrated. You add water to your hands to get it more hydrated, a little more stickier.
Yeah, now it feels a lot better.
We're gonna let it rest.
Okay.
So what I do is I just Let it rest for about 15-20 minutes.
I'm gonna
And
wash.
this gives the dough time to hydrate. Okay, let's jump ahead 20 minutes. Let's take a look at it. Okay, let's put a little oil in there
Okay.
and put the limit on your hands. It's been 20 minutes. The dough is hydrated, and adding the oil at this time makes it easier to knead, and the dough comes out really light.
So it doesn't matter which oil do you use. This one smells so good. Which one did you use?
Well, I think that's up to everybody has their preferences, but I find that the light oils like grapeseed oil and avocado oil works better. It makes a lighter dough.
Do I need to put more oil?
No, you're just gonna knead it until it gets sticky again, which it looks like
It is sticky, yeah.
And you're good.
So,
Cover it. We're gonna let it rise for
okay.
20 minutes. I mean, for double in size, and it will be ready to go.
Awesome.
Okay, Dylan, let's make some pizza. Let's start with our dough balls. And you know, you can hand toss it or you can roll it in a pen. Use a pen, rolling pin.
Which one do you prefer? Hand toss?
You know, I've done them both. I like hand tossed a little bit because I like the crust a little thicker on the outside. You know,
Okay.
traditionally, so you can do that just by stretching it and let the dough warm up. If it's really cold, it's a little harder to stretch it. So, and I like it unique. I don't like them perfectly round, so I just do them natural, like that.
Okay, very nice.
And
I will add some spice.
if you get a little torn spot, you just squish it together and push it down a little bit. And you can start your
This is our marinara. It's freshly made
pizza
out of
sauce. Yeah, we put a little, we didn't use any sugar in it. Don't use sugar, but we've put our spices and a little oil. You can use olive oil in that if you wanted to, but I used the lighter oils. We got our oven already preheated, right?
Yes, that's correct. To 500.
500 is minimum.
Oh,
You can go all the way up to 800.
wow.
And
And
you have
that'll be
these,
quick.
yeah, they have these new pizza ovens now. You can get outdoors that can get quite warm. They only take a few minutes to cook in there. And it makes a better crust. The hotter the temperature, the better. Just gotta be careful not to burn it.
Definitely. So 2 slices will be enough, I believe, for it. Or should I maybe put this 1, 3? How's that look? Oh, and then
Now, before you slide it, you're just gonna take your pizza and slide it around, make sure it's loose, and then you can take some and slide it in like that, and put it on your tray. Pull it off really quick. Nice.
wow. Smells so good.
Tastes so good. I love it.
How's the dough?
It's awesome. I really like it. It's like one of the best pizzas I've had so far.
Thank you.
This is a sprouted dough paste I've made previously. I've had it in the freezer. I'm going to add my starter, which last night I added the flour and got it activated. It's ready to go. Portion I'm going to put about 1.5 cups of water in there. Break up the paste a little bit, get it sort of mixed in there. And then I got, because I used 1.5 cups, going to use twice as much flour. That gets me in the ballpark. Now you can see how it's very hydrated right now. So now I'm going to add some wheat flour, spelted wheat. And my paste was made out of barley, spelt, oats, and I think I had some rye in there. Small little batch, but it's good for 3-4 days. Now you can feel the wetness in the dough when you're getting it out. So just use plenty of flour until you get it to a little more of a dehydrated state where you feel like it's gonna be sticky, but not too sticky. That's it. It was just flour and water at this stage of the game. The oil and the salt and all of that stuff that you put in, that comes later. Because right now, all we want is the flour to absorb that water to start the hydration of forming its gluten base. There. Let it sit for another 15 minutes, 20 minutes. There's really no particular time, but right after that, the bulk of the hydration has taken place, and then we can add the oil. Okay, it's been 20 minutes for this batch. It's easier to get it out now than later. So I use a light oil, grapeseed oil or avocado oil, but you can use whatever you want. You might wonder why are we putting in the oil now, not before? Because we have to knead it anyway. And it's easier if you're going to use a hydrated dough, which is very sticky, it's easier to knead it with oil. It slides right off and you don't have that mess. And the gluten seems to set up better without the oil inhibiting the oil in it. So that initial 20 minutes is a key development in the dough. And you just 2-3 minutes until the oil is well incorporated in the dough, and it starts to get sticky a little bit. You can tell. That's when you can stop. Double in size, and that all depends on temperature, humidity,